Hare Krishna. Bhakti is not about going forward or backward, but about going upward. In this world, time flows forward always, and things change at the material level. So some people see this onward flow of time as progressive, others see it as regressive. So those who see it as progressive, they point to the many examples of technological wizardry that are there all around us. And there's so many facilities, so many utilities, so many luxuries, so many comforts which were not available in the past. They're all available now for us. And I feel we should progress forwards. And such people, even when they come to Bhakti spirituality, they try to focus on the aspects of Bhakti spirituality which are harmonizable with this progressive worldview. And they focus on the aspect of Bhakti where it talks about, say, principles like Yukta Vairagya, where whatever is available we can use it in Krishna's service. And in this way, they, while going along with the progressive flow of life, also want to become spiritual. And they focus on the aspects of Bhakti which harmonize with the progressive flow of things. And there are others who see this as regressive. They say that if we compare the world 100 years ago, technologically it might be much better today, but even technology as compared to ancient times, it's not really better. In ancient times, people had much more deeper, better technology. But more importantly, more pertinently for us, that actually psychologically people are far more stressed, depressed, suicidal, addicted. So ecologically, the planet is on the verge of ecological disaster. So where is the progress there? Actually, we are regressing. And even more importantly, from the spiritual perspective, the excessive materialism that is there in today's society, that makes practicing spirituality in such a culture very difficult. And they feel that to become spiritual, we need to go backwards. We need to return to a more traditional, eco-friendly, rural, pastoral kind of living. So now both views have merit, in the sense that Bhakti does allow us to move along with the flow of life, and Bhakti is also more easily practicable in a more natural environment. But the important thing is that it is not that in the past, when everybody was living simply, everybody were devotees. Even at that time, the people were more materialistic. Their way of materialism might have been different from today's, but they were materialistic there also. And even now, even in the most high-tech, comfortable, luxurious kind of circumstances, there can be people who are spiritually minded. So the essence of Bhakti is not to go forward or backward in terms of the world's notions of progress and regress. The essence of Bhakti is to move upwards, to raise our consciousness from the material level to the spiritual level. And by such raising of consciousness, we come closer to Krishna, we attain Krishna. Now for many people, the comforts of life which they have been habituated to since their childhood, to give them up will become such a great austerity that if they had to give that up for practicing Bhakti, they would not give it up, and they would say materialistic. But with those facilities, they don't get enamored by those facilities because they have always had them. And what is more in life they're exploring, and then they can, while having those facilities, without being enamored by these facilities, they can move upwards towards Krishna. And some people who are already burnt out with the materialistic way of, with the fast-paced, stress-filled way of living, and they prefer a traditional, simple, pastoral way of living, they will find that more conducive to Bhakti. So we have to understand that here there is the element of individuality. Rather than thinking of whether going backward or forward, we have to know that Bhakti essentially means going upward, and then we do that which helps us to move upwards. By focusing on thinking about how we can become conscious of Krishna the best, we can move upwards. So Krishna also tells in the Bhagavad-gita, Macchittah sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi athachetam ahankara nashroshyasi vinangshasi. In 18.58 he says, Macchittah, if you become conscious of me, sarva durgani, all obstacles, mat prasadat tarishyasi, you will pass over all obstacles by my grace. This means Krishna is saying that essential point is that we have to become conscious of him. So if you become conscious of him, then even although the technology can be a distraction, technology can be a tempter, but we will be able to overcome that and move towards him. And even if we find the simplicity too austere, but still if we become conscious of Krishna, we'll be able to deal with that also. So rather than worrying too much about luxury or austerity, what we can focus on is on spirituality, on connection with Krishna. And then by focusing on connection with Krishna, as we move upwards, we will ourselves be guided by Krishna and our Krishna's representatives about how best we can keep moving upwards without worrying too much about whether we have to move forwards or backwards. We focus on moving upwards towards Krishna and he guides us how to keep moving forwards, how to keep moving upwards more and more. Thank you. Hare Krishna.